what's up? I wanted to tell a story about the worst hairdresser experience I have ever had. To give you guys some background, when I was in high school, I dyed my hair a lot. I dyed it every color in the rainbow. I did everything that I wanted to do. The only thing I never did was full blonde. And that was like my go-to present idea when my grandma asked me what I wanted. I was like, blonde, please. Always wanted it, obviously. And the thing is, every time I wanted to go full blonde or I wanted to mess around with the full head of my hair, my parents would like not allow me to. They would be like, oh, you're gonna ruin your hair, you're not gonna be able to do it right, you're gonna mess it up. Like, they didn't trust me. I wanted to, and I thought about it a few times, but in the long run I never had the guts to do it anyway, until my grandmother offered to get me a present before college, and I said, ooh, can I go blonde at a real salon? Like, can I get a professional to do it? And she was like, absolutely, like, that's a good idea. You've always wanted to go blonde, let's go do it. My grandma was really cool. We went to the salon in order to achieve this. And I'm not saying going to salons now is like bad. I'm not saying that you can't trust salonists or hairdressers. I'm just saying that this particular instance with this particular lady was atrocious and horrible, and I'm never going there again. I can't believe my grandma still goes there. So we went to the salonist, and she's like my age now. She's like 22 or 23, just out of hair school or whatever. She was blonde, obviously a bleach blonde because her roots were darker. She knew what she was doing, it seemed like. Like, it was pretty obvious, like, I had the perfect person because a lot of old people worked there. And the fact that I had a young 20-something-year-old blonde girl going to take me to go blonde, I was like, hell yeah, oh my god, that's awesome. So I told her I just want to go blonde, and she was like, yeah, sure, we could do it. She seemed really cool, she seemed really nice. My hair is naturally like this dark, like it's pretty dark, so I understand like the process being a little bit harder than somebody who has like a lighter hair shade or something. But we go in, I get seated down my little seat or whatever, and she starts, you know, painting my hair with the bleach and whatever. She was checking it increments of 30 minutes or whatever, and she was like, oh, it's not dark enough yet, it's not dark enough yet. So what she decided to do after 2 hours of leaving the bleach in my hair, which, if you watch YouTube videos and you're not a professional, you still know that the most amount of time you leave your hair in bleach, 45 minutes, an hour at most. Like, 2 hours is like so long. So I was like, she's a professional, she knows what she's doing, I'm not gonna say anything. But I was getting kind of nervous because it is hair, and hair is like a big deal to a lot of people. So after the 2 hours at her like area, she moves me to the heating things, like the things that you like go and then you like heat your hair. She puts my hair in like a bag, like all the foils she pins up, she puts in a bag, and then she puts them under that and she starts heating my hair. And 5 hours of bleaching, and she checks my hair and she goes, she thinks it's light enough. So she starts unraveling it, and it's so fucking dead. It is like, she didn't even have to start washing it out. I knew it was gone. It's like, oh well, it's really like split kinda. And people will say like, oh, my hair feels like hay, my hair feels like straw. Mine looked that way too. It was really long, it was just all dead, 100% dead. Nothing was salvageable, and I could tell. I kept my cool. My grandma was asking why I was so dead. My grandma was confused, and she was like, oh, she's actually too dark to go blonde. She was like, oh yeah, it's like she's really dark brown, and you can't just go from dark brown to platinum blonde. In my head, I'm like, I knew that, but I also was like, you're a professional, get me as far as you can. I'll come in for another session, I'll come in for 2 more sessions, I'll come in for 10 more sessions, just do it right. And I was just so mad that she blamed it on my hair color and my grandma, because my grandma's old-fashioned, was like, oh yeah, of course. And every time I would reasoning with my grandma like, hey, I don't think her excuse was accurate, I don't think you should pay her, I think you should get your money back, she was like, you don't know that just because you watched some YouTube video, you can't do that just because you use the internet to bleach. Like, it's not always trustworthy. Like, she's a professional, she gets paid to do this. First off, she was young, she just got out of her, like, beauty school. I was probably one of her first people of that week, or whatever, or however long, because she was new. She did mention that she was new. And she was blonde, so I don't even know why there was an issue to begin with. I'm still shocked that there is an issue. I've never claimed to be a professional at anything that I learned from a YouTube video. And so I feel like I have a justification to sort of say when I understand something is right or wrong in a certain, like, group. You know the basics from YouTube. That's kind of like the point. So the worst part of the story, because it does get way worse, it does get 100 times, a bajillion times worse. I am like, wow, my hair looks disgusting. I go to my normal salonist, her name is Chris, and I went to Chris's place and I was like, can you fix this? So Chris gave me the bad news and she said, honestly, the best thing to do right now is to shave your whole head. Just go straight bald. And I was like, I was mortified. I almost cried in Chris's little, like, area as she was, like, looking at it. She put some special stuff in it. She dyed it back to brown. She cut it like 2 or 3 inches short because I told her I couldn't go through it all going off. I was like, I can't go bald. She was like, you can get a wig. And I was like, I can't do that kind of stuff. Then she gave me some stuff to take home to heal it with. The thing that gets me most about this story isn't like, I lost all my hair. Well, that does give me I get really pissed off at that part. But the big thing that was my problem was I would tell my family that, hey, what she did wasn't right. She left the bleach in too long. You can't all do that in one day. I know this because I've done my hair before. I've made my hair blonde at home. It's not that hard. I don't know why she did it the way she did it. She's supposed to be professional. And my family was like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about just because you watched a couple of 15-year-olds on YouTube do it. And then they said something about how I didn't do my whole head of hair. So it's different, it's a different process, it's a different outcome. And in my head I was like, okay, but if I perfectly do my bangs and, like, the frame of my face blonde, and it's platinum blonde and it's nice looking and it's healthy, why would me doing the rest of my hair, like, it's like, it just doesn't make any sense. I just don't like the stigmatism that you learn something on the internet so you don't have any say in that thing. It's like, there are some sort of factual things put together though. If I watch 100 videos on hair stuff and how to do your hair, and every single video says at least one thing the same, then you can guarantee that that one thing is probably correct, like, in some sort of aspect, because the stuff that's true kind of, like, keeps going, like, and yeah, sure, there's stuff around it that's gonna get muffled up, and that's where people, like, don't trust the internet, but there's still, like, facts in it, and it's not like the people that are doing it, like, on camera and doing it fine and their outcome is fine doesn't mean, like, that they're lying or anything. I don't know. Okay, so that's my rant. Definitely a rant, definitely not a story anymore. I guess my advice for this, hold on, there's somebody walking. Yeah. So that's my rant. Hopefully we've learned something from this. I've lost every train of thought because I'm reliving it now in my head. Yeah.